Major Mohammed Ali Shah also joins us on the broadcast to speak more on this. Major Shah, how do you view these developments? Because again and again we've seen that the terrorists are targeting Kashmiri Hindus in the Kashmir Valley. This time 2 brothers were shot at. What do you have to say on this?
Priyanka, I feel really sorry and really sad at the state of affairs right now at Sofian, and my heart goes out to the Kashmiri Pandits over there. It's really not just unfair, it's reprehensible, condemnable, and the security forces have now, they would definitely do a jawabi karwai, which means you act in retaliation immediately, you flush out the terrorists from that area, you straight away do a faury ilaj on them. And I think a solid action is required again, because this thing is just not ending. Though yes, we have managed to curb militancy to a large extent, we managed to curb them, but again, it's very sad. When militant attack any family, and now here 2 brothers, I can well empathize and feel and sympathize with what would be going through the family of the bereaved. It's very sad. And the entire ideology, if they are being radicalized, needs to be changed. They need to be educated. And Pakistan, which actually radicalizes the youth and gets them getting a beating now, very few people are willing to go to Pakistan and get trained, as per the data and as per the statistics, as per the records. But they would not, they are incorrigible. They come onto narco-terrorism, they find cryptocurrency for terror funding, they find UAV, they drop drugs at the Punjab border or Pakistan border, they find their own ways. And this kind of selective killing, and especially killing, Kashmir is of everyone's. When I say everyone, it's of the Dogra, the Pandits, the Muslims, everyone. Kisi ke baap ki jagir nahi hai that, that they will say that, we will shoot anyone who comes in. No, why should they? And I am certain that our security forces are going to nab them when they least expect. They will not know what hit them, and it will hit them real hard, because I know for a fact our security forces are there and they will give them a befitting reply, Priyanka.
Major Shah, around 118 civilians have been killed since August 2019 in Jammu and Kashmir as per reports, and 21 out of them Hindus. How do we now see to safeguard the citizens, especially residing in the Kashmir Valley? How do you think this can be achieved, wherein there is a day, a bright day, when people do not want to leave their, states, their homes, to relocate somewhere else because they are unsafe?
Very, very good question. We all want peace. We all want to live in peace and communal harmony. Nobody likes violence, and you are rightly, you mentioned the data very, very correctly. It's really sad, and it is quite sad, very alarming to see the kind of figures that so many casualties. Now, how do we achieve peace? We have tried everything, Priyanka. We have tried to shoot them, to gun them down. We have tried Operation Sambhavna, which means peace and harmony by winning hearts and minds of people. But why is it that the ideology is not being able to neutralize? It's about time now we should spread education and awareness. We should tell them that the people over there, because of poverty, unemployment, and they're easily susceptible to brainwashing, to getting radicalized, to picking up the arms. Now, as the Prime Minister puts it, we should ensure that the youth of Kashmir should have a laptop and books in their hands, instead of some of them having an AK-47 or picking up arms. Now, how do we do that? It is by eradicating the ideology and by educating them that, listen, you are being taken for a ride, you will get killed. Anyone who picks up arms against the state, that is the end that is going to be meeting. And the way is by educating. See, film is a large medium. When we make a film, an anti-terrorism film, I think it will educate everyone in the form of edutainment. So similarly, Priyanka, a friend of mine, Vicky Malhotra, directed a film called Moji, which means Kashmiri in Mother. And in that film, despite being an army man, I played the role of a dreaded terrorist in that film. Because in order to clean muck at times, you have to actually get into the muck and clean it. And there's a lesson, there's a point driven home in that anyone who picks up arms, that is a state, that is a fate that is going to be met with. And we were shooting in Pelgam, and which I'm sure you would be reporting subsequently, where the bus accident has taken place, where the 39 ITBP personnel. That same place we were shooting over there, and right from near Chandanwari and Pelgam, that area. And there was an encounter happening there. The Kashmiri youth over there told us, we have seen your shooting, and it conveys a very strong message about anti-terrorism. So education, which means education means not in schools, colleges only, by actually coming up. I wrote an open letter to Jaish-e-Mohammed, the terrorist outfit, in the year 2019, when the 14th February 2019, the Pulwama attacks took place. And that open letter had over 10 million views within a matter of few hours. Your channel covered it very widely, in fact, also. Now, I have been told that a lot of people who were affected by that letter, when they read that letter, when they read the content of the letter, they were convinced that picking up arms will only will make them weaker, not stronger. And a lot of people apparently came up. That was the effect of one single letter. There was a rippling effect thereafter. So similarly, yes, our security forces are doing a good job. We have to put the fear of God into them. We can cut one head, but then 10 heads will be born, Riyanka. We have to understand that that is a problem. That is a genuine, a serious concern. Now, how do we ensure that those 10 heads are not born? When somebody like Mohommed Ali Shah, I don't mean to talk about my own self, it's an analogy I'm giving. When someone from the Muslim community itself comes and tells them, you are being used, you are being made a scapegoat, and you will not attain that heaven and the hoods and the dream that you are being shown of, that nothing of that sort is going to happen to you all. You will die a dead end, like in the film Moji, how the 3 militants who come from across, who are trained from across and they come in, how they have been met, the fate they have been met. I think it will affect a lot of minds, and I think it's about time. We should start educating a youth how terrorism they will meet. Major Mohammed, one of my seniors from army, Major Mohammed is a very, very popular anchor now. He wrote an open letter to Burhan Wani after Burhan Wani was killed. And that letter also had over 10 million shares within no time. And that affected a lot of people as well. So similarly, when you come forward and you educate people, you tell people, and I commend you, I commend your channel for doing a fabulous job. When, if and all the youngsters over there who are planning to pick up arms, if they would be listening to us somewhere, let me tell those youngsters that you will meet a fatal end. You would not just get killed. If you think of doing such a thing, your family will suffer thereafter.